Hello, everyone, and welcome back into statistics. So this is going to be the 2.2 histograms lesson from in class. So you are watching this because you were either absent from class or I am absent from class, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at practicing how to make a histogram. So what we're going to do today in class is we're going to collect data, create a histogram, and then you'll do some practice problems on your own, not with it. So with this video, we're really going to look at the 2.2 in class video, which is all about how to make a histogram. So I actually going to have it up here, right here. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to make a histogram here. And then we're going to talk about the shape of the data here. So let's go ahead and get started here. So let me bring my PowerPoint back up. So if we were in class, I actually we would have collected some data. So, we can get different histogram view in each class. But since that's not the case here, and obviously I'm not going to have you pause the video and measure everyone's arm span in the room, we're going to go ahead and skip this. And what I have actually done here is I have actually got a list of data that we're going to use. So this is the 2023 robotics students here at NDCL. And they had each of them measure their arm spans. There's 10 measurements, all right? So we're gonna practice go ahead and making a histogram here. So on your 2.2 activity sheet here, you can go ahead and just cross this guy out because we're not going to do that, right? We were in class, this is what we would do. All right, so we're using the class data and the feed iInspire. We're gonna create a frequency distribution and a histogram. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with that. So first thing we're going to need here is I'm going to half reduce this, and we're going to go ahead and get our calculator up. So if you don't have your calculator, pause the video right now. Either go get it in your bag, or if you're in class, stop at Ask the Subs, go get your calculator or borrow one of mine. You need your calculator for this. The best way you are going to get good at this is that you're going to practice. It doesn't help if you just watch me do it, all right? So in your iInspire, go ahead, add a new document. We're going to go add a list and spreadsheet here. All right. And we're going to add some data. So we're going to put the data that I have over here. We're going to put it into a list that I will call, call it arms. And I guess, yeah. So let me, okay, well, first off, it would help me if I could spell. All right, arm span. So we'll go ahead and put it in. So we'll go 66.5, 66.0, 67.0, 62.0, 61.0, 61.0, 63.0, 72.0, 65.5, 76.0, and 71.5. All right, so now that we have those 10 in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this all into a histogram. So first thing first, let's scroll all the way up until this your column is highlighted. Go ahead and click on menu, actions, sort, and we're going to sort by we're going to put our only one, and we went in ascending order. So cool, I have the lowest one. 61. All right. So if we're thinking about our histogram, probably, right? So if I'm going to come here, my alignment, all right, it makes sense here to start at 60. Okay. So we're going to come over here. I'm just going to write up here, I'm going to write my alignment is going to be 60. So remember, if we're thinking of histogram, right, this first number right here is going to be 60. All right. Back to the calculator. So we come back to the calculator here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to control, add page, add data and statistics, and we're going to create a dot plot real quick, right? So there it is. It's all nice and neat. Not a whole lot going on here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to, anywhere in the white space, we're going to menu, plot type, and we're going to create a histogram. Okay. Right off the bat, right? So a couple of things that we're talking about in your head puzzles. So first of all, right now, if we're looking at this histogram is not good, not bueno. Why is it not good? Well, a couple of things. So first off, the thing I notice is, right, the number of classes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 or 17 classes Bottom line, way too many classes. We talked about in the Ed Puzzle how it's important that you have at least 5 classes, but not more than 12. So anywhere between 5 and 12 classes. So I have to edit this, right? So if we're looking at here, what I'm going to do is we're going to look at my mouse. Anywhere in the white space, let's go ahead and menu this. Plot properties, histogram properties, and then I'm going to go to bin settings. And we always want equal bin width with histograms, right? So a width of 1 means that everything is equal. So basically what that is that's just the histogram that's given is just a dot plot in histogram form. So let's move it up to 2. So that means my bars are going to represent 2. Oh, okay. So I could live with this. So now each of my classes have 2. So my first class will be from 60 to 61. So if I click on it, right, and that contains 1 point. 62 to 64 contains 2. 64 goes from there. All right, so I don't mind that. Let's try to bump it up 1 more. So again, anywhere on the right, you can hit anywhere when you're squaring them out, you can go bin settings, equal bin. Let's bump that up to 3. Okie dokie. I like this. I think this is a little better here. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit here. If I put it up here. Okay, no, that's right. But it tells us enough. Okay, I like this. All right. So now here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes. The one beforehand was fine with the bin at width, but I like this one a little better. All right. I think it's going to give us a better representation of the data. So let's go ahead and draw this. So again, I'm going to do some magic here with some snapping. All right, so for this, our alignment is we're starting at 60, right? And our width length is going to be, so I'll go ahead and put the width here. My width is going to be 3. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different classes here, and we're just going to go left to right here. So my first class is going to contain, starting at 60, 60 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal, or I'm sorry, just less than or equal. Make sure you are writing the correct inequality, unlike your lovely teacher did. And now I don't know where my eraser went. Problems. Blah, 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 blah. Let me do this real quick. There it goes. All right, so I'm just going to write the classes while I'm here. So 60 to 63, right? We're going to have 63 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 66. We're going to have 66 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 69. And we're going to have 69 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 72. And I think let me go back to my calculator real quick. Yeah, we need 72, 75, and 75 to 78. So I need 2 more classes. So we got 72 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 75. And last but not least, 75 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 78. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes, right? And if I look at my calculator, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now we're just going to really quickly, we're going to record the frequency. So this is the frequency distribution, right? So how many times does 60 to 63 occur? Looks like twice. I can say the same for 63 to 66. 66 to 69 occurs 3 times. And 69 to 72, the rest of them are all 1. All right. So let's go ahead and make this, right? So for the graph here, I'm going to go by 2. So that's 60. This is 62. Another 2, that's 64. And so forth. And I know not much to say in dead space here. So make sure you always, you can go by whatever you want here. You could have gone by 3s, but I'm going to go by 2s. Just going to make it a little nicer here. Go from there. All right, real quickly. Sorry I had to cut out there because I messed up. I meant to be going by 2s on my graph here, but I didn't need to be labeling these in 2s because we're going by 3s here in our width here, so it doesn't make sense that our bars would be 2 length. So notice really quickly how I just changed. I went 60. I'm going by 3s instead of, but I'm going 2 every length. So that way my bars aren't so close to each other. It's not a bad looking. All right. So again, this is in inches, right? We know we're talking about arm span here. Over here, we're going to have, we're going to have frequency here. And then I'm going to give this a title. We'll call this 2023 robotics students. Okay, so go ahead and now let's go ahead and make our bars here. So we'll go ahead. All right, so we'll go ahead and go by, I'm gonna go every two as one. So 1, boom, boom, 2, boom, boom, 3, boom, boom, 4. Yeah, just to kind of give it some length, all right? So from here, it's really just kind of copy and pasting the table. So going from 60 to 63, the frequency is 2, so that would be right here. So we're gonna do this, draw a little bar here, maybe shade it in like this. Okay. 63 to 66 is also 2, so I can make another bar here, and maybe I'll go a different way here now. 66 to 69 is 3, so we're going to make a 3 up here. We're going to make the bar go all the way up to 3. Again, going this way, so you can tell different types of shades. And then the rest are going to be 1. So I can kind of cheat a little bit here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all the way out to 78, draw a line down, and then just make sure I separate my bars and that I shade different directions, right? Okay, so there's an example of a histogram here. You know, it's not perfect, but again, it should match your calculator here. Again, make sure that you know how to do it on a calculator here. So if I'm looking at this, right, last thing, what is the shape of the data, right? So if we go back to, let me get the slideshow back up, right? I know it's not going to be written down here, but we talked about different types, right? So you can have a normal approximation, you can have symmetrical uniform, biomodel, skewed right, skewed left, right? You could have down in your notes what these look like. So if I had to take a look at this, right, I would say that if, you know, don't draw this on here, but I'm going to draw it. All right, if I had to guess, I would say this is slightly skewed to the right. And the reason why is I have more data over here in this column, and I have less. So typically skewed, when you say a graph is skewed or a distribution is skewed, the direction always depends on where is like the small data, and the small data over here is to the right. So I would say slightly skewed to the right. All right. So I hope going through this with me real quickly, 13 minutes, helps you on how to make a histogram. So for the rest of the class today, what you're going to be doing is you're going to do some practice problems, and then you'll get the practice worksheet, and then we'll do the exit ticket. Your homework will be the next, we're going to quiz next class on sections 2.1 and 2.2, and that will be it. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me or go ahead and watch anything you didn't understand. Okay, guys, see you later.